Hi Aries, this is Victoria and this is Purple Heart Oracle, and we're here to do your May reading 2021. Now, I'd just like to say that I'm freestyling this time, and I'm starting to do a new format, because before I was doing the 3 sections and I felt it was restricting me slightly. So I've decided to freestyle, and I'd really like you to tell me how you found this reading, especially in comparison to my previous. So we're going to find out what the situation is about. I'm going to give you some advice as we go. And I'm going to use a mixture of all my cards. So I've got the Gilded Tarot, which I'm using mainly to find out about the situation and what's happening in your life right now. Some guidance from Spirit or from the universe. And then I'm going to pull various other cards as we go. Right. So first of all, I see that you're very abundant at this time. I think during the month of May, there will be abundance that will be coming to you. Something that is going to be very solid. I see that you've been looking at a new job, you've been looking at or a solid foundation in a relationship, but there's something that you've been admiring. Maybe you've been admiring something in someone else, and you're hoping that this will come to you, that you're able to achieve something in your life. Maybe you've been looking at a new job and you're looking to see if that's going to come through or not. So, but you've got the 10 of Pentacles. Now, I don't know why, but maybe you felt that you can't actually achieve this for whatever reason. There seems to be some sort of blockage, but I always say that there's whenever you are not moving towards something, especially with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords represents someone who is bound with the swords around them, but everything is so loose. The rope is loose, the swords are just hanging there, that actually you're trapped in your own mind. These are restrictions that are mental. They're not actually physical restrictions. And it's usually fear that stops you from going forward for something. So I believe that whatever this challenge is, or whatever it is that you're looking for in a stable situation, it is achievable. It's just a matter of you getting out of your head and moving towards with more confidence, is what I'd say. And I think that it's almost like you can see the positives and the negatives of this situation, but you're flitting between the two. And it's an internal struggle for you. But I think it's only that. It's almost like this is a repeating message that this could be very, very positive, if only, because look at the repetition here of these 4 cards. In fact, if you can see. So you've got the colours are matching as well. So you've got the Sun and the 10 of Pentacles, and then you've got the Moon and the 8 of Swords. And basically, these cards almost represent a similar thing. So you've got stability here, but you're feeling trapped in your own mind. You've got positivity, which you could have, but then you've got your inner thoughts thinking that you cannot achieve whatever it is that you're going for. So this could be a relationship, this could be something else. But very much you're stopping yourself. Your own internal mindset, your own internal thoughts are stopping you. And look, on the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Swords. So again, you're feeling very blocked at this moment, Aries. And that's and then underneath that, you've even got the 7 of Wands. I mean, look at the pictures. You've only got to see the pictures to see, just how blocked this situation is. Now, I'm not saying that this can't pull through in May, and I'm going to ask for some advice now of how you should go about this, but I think that there's something that you want that you're not that's something internally stopping you. So yeah, let's see if we can get some advice. So could you give me some advice for Aries, please, on this situation? Please and thank you. I'd like some advice, please. Right. Okay. Whoop. Oops. 1 second. Sorry. drop the cards. A minute. Right. That's too many. Right. Oh, wow. Okay, I think, right. Right, I think that basically with this, you've got, okay, definitely. I think in order to move forward, you need to take control of matters into your own hands. You need to get to grips. You need to organise yourself. You need to really think about what it is you want. There's actually going, and sometimes silence as well. I mean, you've got 3 major arcanas here. There can be a massive shift. And the last card is the Chariot, and it's about moving forward. So I think in order to move forward, you need to sort of allow things to flow, allow things to unfold naturally, but take control of your own life. I think take control of the situation, because the Emperor is very structured. He's very organised. He knows what he wants. He's very sure of himself, and I think you need to take on this role in order to move past this situation, whatever the case may be. The High Priestess, I see that this is almost like things are happening in the background that you just don't know about, and it's a very quiet energy, but it's very spiritual. So, this is the type of thing that miracles can happen in the background, but you need to take control of your destiny almost in order to move forward with the Chariot. But as I said, 3 major arcanas here, and look how many major arcanas you've got overall. You've got the Sun, you've got the Moon, and I mean, this is also a divinely guided thing. I mean, sometimes when you see these together, this can represent that the planets are, working in your favour, that there's things going on to guide you. And then you've got these other 3 major arcanas as advice. I mean, I honestly think sometimes you just have to let go and let the universe do its job. I hope that makes some sense to you. So, and on the bottom of the pack, we've got the Page of Pentacles. And this is talking about you waiting to sort of plant your seed, because things can start small. You don't have to go in there all guns blazing with whatever situation that you're in. Take your time, get to know someone if it's a love interest. Get to know them on a friendship level. Have this sort of slower approach to it, because I think if you go in too fast too soon, that it may not work out. But be cool, calm and collective and organised of how you approach things. So I'm going to take a few of the Romance Angels. Wow. Okay, so I mean, it definitely looks to me that there's something to do with your career and finances here. And normally I don't normally take cards where, well, I don't, as you know, I do more love readings than anything, but I think that this is something to do with how it's going to be affecting your, whether this is affecting your love life, I'm unsure. But yeah, I mean, I've got here, finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe this is why things aren't moving in the love aspect. Maybe that's why this financial stability is coming up here, and that's why maybe you need to be more cool and calm and collected about this before you make any moves. Maybe it's not straightforward. Maybe you live at a distance from each other. Maybe there's a financial issue which, for you two to be together. So that sort of thing. And also it says children. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, this could be, again, why things are more difficult at the moment. Maybe there are children that are linked with you or the person you're inquiring about, or that someone is not being mature in the situation. It could be as simple as that, and they're acting quite childish. And maybe that's why, again, you're, second guessing this connection. So that could be another reason. Now, on the bottom of the deck, you've got love yourself first as well. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So maybe you also need to have a bit of self-love in this situation. Right, I'll take some of these cards. So can I have a card for Aries, please? Joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. Maybe there hasn't been much joy in this circumstance lately because of all these additional pressures. And I think maybe you need to put some joy back, inject this back in. Maybe that's why you've got the sun and the moon. You know, you are so stuck on the negative that you need to look more on the positive sides, because it's very hard, especially if there's finances that are causing problems. You can't, you know, that can cause very much a big strain on people's relationships. And then you've got here on the bottom of the deck, you've got you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Empathy. Now, you know, these are matching cards as well, so there might be a message here, so I'll leave it out. Maybe you're having to empathise, or someone's going to have to empathise with you over a circumstance. Maybe things are not clear cut. I mean, this COVID situation has, you know, put a lot of pressure on people. So maybe with what's happened there, there's been some pressure on the, you know, the relationship. So, you know, the jobs, that sort of thing. So maybe there's a career strain. Right, I'll just pull some of these heart messages, and then I'm going to pull you a wisdom of the oracle. Could you give me a message, Aries, please? Okay, so we've got, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Now, this could be, this is sort of going with, you know, when we saw all the swords, the 8 of swords. Sorry, it's buried at the back somewhere. But basically the 8 of swords is when you're all stuck in your head. And I think that this is sort of telling you that you need to look at your heart as well. You need to think about what your heart is saying. Maybe that's why you don't have this joy like you used to have in this relationship. You need to actually look at what your heart desires, not necessarily what is foundational, as in like money and things like that, because sometimes love is more important than material items. We obviously do still need to survive, of course, but you know, maybe you need to think with your heart and not your head in this situation. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So I think that things are going to change soon. I think that this is hopefully in the month of May. Obviously, it could be after that, but the energies of today, bearing in mind that as I'm filming this, we've actually got the new moon in Taurus, and that is very much heart chakra orientated. So, and that is about stability also. So this could be really picking up on those energies. And this is what you may need to focus on right now. What is your heart really telling you? What can you offer? You know, do you need to like look at all the stable things in your life and see what works in this relationship? Because ultimately, if it's not going to work out, then that's fine also, because I don't know what your circumstances are, but definitely look at the feelings that are involved here and see if it really matters about the financial sides, etc. Right, okay, I'm going to pull you a wisdom of the oracle divination cards. So we're going to pull one of these and I'm going to read it from the book, and this is for some guidance for you. Could you give me a guidance card, please, for Aries? Just one card, please. Ooh. Okay, so we've got the Fates, which is number 17 in reverse. I shall show you the card in just a moment. Okay, so there's the card. So it's the Fates, number 17 in reverse. And what it says is, it is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet, what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing you can control now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot control, serenity will come to you. Now, this is exactly what we just said. That's so perfect to end with, because this is about letting go of control. These fears in your mind, these blockages, this is all going to come together anyway. Don't worry, leave things up to the fates that are meant to happen to you, because there is no way of controlling a bigger picture. That will always be your destiny. So that's what I think we'll finish on. That's a beautiful message. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe and share, because I really want to grow my channel. I want to do this freestyling. I'm really enjoying it. So please, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. And I will be here next month. Thank you, Aries.